Power rule of derivative is given in the booklet. F of x equals x to the nth power, and f prime of x equals n times x to the power of n minus 1. How to remember this? Check this exponent. Drop down exponent and make exponent minus 1. For example, we have x to the 5th power prime. Means drop down this 5. Then x to the power of 4. If we have x to the negative 5th power prime, drop down this negative 5. Then x to the power of negative 5 minus 1 equals negative 6 instead of negative 4. Then we change this into positive exponent, negative 5 over x to the 6th power, because x to the power of negative n equals 1 over x to the nth power. So always remember, you only make negative exponents into positive when you move the power into denominator. What about x squared prime equals 2x? Derivative is the slope of tangent line. For linear function, tangent line is itself. We do know for y equals 3x, slope equals 3. Y equals 3, slope equals 0. For linear function, the tangent line will be itself. So for derivative of 3x will be the slope of 3x, which is 3. For 3 prime, the slope of tangent line, which is the slope of horizontal line, will be 0. So for linear function, you need to remember mx prime equals m. For constant number prime equals 0. So we have 0 here, n times x to the power of n minus 1. Cx to the power of n prime equals c times n times x to the power of n minus 1. Guided practice 1. Find the gradient function of the followings. A. F prime of x equals negative x to the 4th power prime. Drop down the exponents, then minus 1. 4 minus 1 is 3. Let's go to C. F prime of x equals e minus 6 prime. E and 6 both are constant number, so e minus 6 is a constant number. C prime equals 0 equals 0. C x prime equals c, because the slope of a linear function equals the slope of its tangent line. E, j prime of x equals negative 7x prime equals negative 7. You can also remember x prime equals 1. So negative 7 is a coefficient. Bring down coefficient. Then times 1 equals negative 7. Look at s. S of t equals 2 over t. First of all, we need to change this into single power, 2 times t to the power of negative 1. So ds dt equals d dt of 2t to the power of negative 1 equals, drop down negative 1, 2 times negative 1 times t to the power of negative 1 minus 1 equals negative 2. Then change this negative exponents to the positive. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2 over t squared. Let's go to I. First step, we need to change this into single power. Coefficient is 3 over 2 times r to the negative 6 power. So dA dr equals d dr of 3 over 2 r to the power of negative 6 equals, drop down exponents, 3 over 2 times negative 6 r to the power of negative 6 minus 1 equals negative 7 equals, look at the coefficient first, reduce. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9, r to the power of negative 7. Negative exponents cannot be final answer. Drop down equals negative 9 over r to the 7th power. Let's go to K. dp dw equals d dw of, we need to change this into single power form. Coefficient is negative 1 over 2, w to the power of negative 3, negative 1 half, w to the power of negative 3. Drop down exponents, then this exponents minus 1. Negative 3 minus 1 equals negative 4 equals negative 1 half times negative 3 times w to the power of negative 4. Work out this coefficient. Negative negative is a positive 3 over 2, w to the power of negative 4. We need to change this negative exponents into positive. So we get 3 over 2, w to the 4th power. Let's go to m, y equals negative 3 over 4x. Change this into single power form, negative 3 over 4 x to the negative first power. Dy dx equals d dx of negative 3 over 4 x to the power of negative 1 equals, drop down the exponents, coefficient bring down, negative 3 over 4 times negative 1. Then negative 1 minus 1 equals negative 2 times x to the power of negative 2. Negative will be positive 3 over 4 x to the negative second power. We need to change negative exponent into positive exponent equals 3 over 4 x squared